students. In today's session, we'll discuss about Chapter 2 of Geography, the physical features of India. Today, we'll talk about Northern Plains. Northern Plain has been formed by three rivers, that is Indus, Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. They are formed of alluvial soil and are very fertile. They are densely populated and agriculturally a very productive part of India due to sufficient water supply, favorable climate, and fertile soil. The northern plains can be again divided into three significant parts. Number one, the Punjab plain, the Indus River and its tributaries. Tributaries means many small streams that join the main river lead to the formation of these vast plains, a major part of which now lies in Pakistan. Number two, the Ganga plain. This spread across the states of North India, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Delhi, and West Bengal. It lies between Ghaggar and Tista river. Number 3, Brahmaputra plain. This covers major parts of Assam and other northern eastern states. Next we have the Peninsular Plateau. The Peninsular Plateau is oldest landmass. The Peninsular Plateau is a tableland and composed of igneous, metamorphic and crystalline rocks. It has broad and shallow valleys and rounded hills. It is divided into Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau. The Central Highlands laying on the north of the Narmada River and covering a large part of the Malwa Plateau. Bundelkhand and Baghelkhand are the eastward extensions of Central Highlands. Number 2, the Deccan Plateau, a triangular landmass laying on the south of the Narmada River. The eastern Ghats and the western Ghats border the Deccan Plateau on its eastern and the western side respectively, while the Satpura mountain range stand on its northern part. The western Ghats have higher elevation with the maximum height of 1600 meter. On the other hand, the eastern Ghats reach to a maximum of 600 meter in height. Next we have Indian desert. The undulating means having a smoothly rising and falling form or outline. Sandy plains covered with the sand dunes on the western parts of the Aravalli Hills comprises the Indian desert. With low rainfall 150 millimeter per annum, this region is the driest in the country with low on greenery. The states of Rajasthan and northwestern part of Gujarat collectively form the desert region. Luni is the only largest river in this region. Barkan crescent shaped dunes means thin covered shaped dunes covered large area, but longitudinal dunes became more prominent near the Indo-Pakistan boundary. Next we have coastal plains. Right on the edges of Indian Peninsula lies the narrow strips of the coastal plains. These regions cover the shores of the Bay of Bengal in the east and the Arabian Sea in the west. The western coast along the Arabian Sea can again be divided into three sections. Number 1, the Konkan coast covering coastal Maharashtra and Goa. Number 2, Kannada plain covering coast of Karnataka. Number 3, the Malabar coast covering Kerala. On the other hand, the eastern coast has two broad sections. Number 1, the northern Sirkar. Number 2, the Coromandel coast. Next we have to discuss islands. Two groups of islands lie on the two ocean surroundings the main landmass of the subcontinent. These most likely complete the physical features of India, and the island region is divided by the mainland as well as seas. These are two island group. Number 1, Lakshadweep. The Lakshadweep island group was in the Arabian Sea, is close to Kerala. This group of islands is composed of small coral islands. Coral means Corals are the small, short-lived microscopic organisms which lives in the colonies. They flourish in shallow, mud-free and warm water. They secrete hard rock-like substance. The coral secretion and their skeletons form coral deposits in the form of reef. With these coral, the Lakshadweep island is built of. The Lakshadweep Islands were earlier known as Lakadev, Minicoy, and Amnidev. It covers small areas of 32 square kilometer. Kavarati Island is the administrative headquarter of Lakshadweep. The Pitti Island, which is uninhabited, has a bird sanctuary. Next, we have the Andaman and Nicobar Island. The Andaman and Nicobar Island are an elongated chain of islands located in the Bay of Bengal. They are bigger in size and are more numerous and scattered. The entire group of islands is divided into two broad categories, the Andaman in the north and Nicobar in the south. These islands are an elevated portion of submarine mountain. They are rich in flora and fauna and close to equator, has a thick forest cover. This is all about today's lecture. Thank you.